Selective mutism is an affliction that's often misunderstood and very commonly misdiagnosed. Comments such as, she's just shy, are often thrown out there when it's really a much, much bigger problem. We're joined by Dr. Poling Bork, and she is a member of an organization called the Selective Mutism Foundation, who held a silent night fundraiser last week. What exactly happens at a silent night fundraiser?
Okay, the Silent Night fundraiser was our first fundraiser event, and the goal is actually more to raise awareness of selective mutism, more so than raising funds for the nonprofit. So we had several activities going for the theme of Silent Night. For example, we had silent auction, which is typical. Then we had silent movie clips, so which we play. They're actually done with Dr. Colin Chilvers, who's also Academy Award winner. He attended the conference and brought his Oscar. So we play some of the silent movie clips, just to get people to have a feel. What is it like without sound? And those are like popular movies, right? So then we ask the attendees what they think of something that they're familiar with. Let's say their children, who normally speaks at home and talks freely, but in social situations they have no voice. Does it feel like it's the same child to you, right? So that's one of the awareness activity that we conducted. And then another activity we did was having all the attendees practice with their voice and see how they feel, how they communicate, what kind of challenges or what kind of emotion that they're going through. So we have them have a sip of water and hold it in their mouth and not speak for 5 minutes.
Wow.
If they have to swallow the sip, that's fine. But for 5 minutes, try not speaking. Okay. The reason having the water there is to force them not to talk at all, plus giving the similar sensation of individuals having selective mutism, how they feel, like they are like choked up. No voice will come out. So speaking is not a choice.
Dr. Bork, I understand that this is also a personal mission for you because you and your 3 children all suffer from selective mutism.
As you can see, I'm a little bit stuttering. I'm still not very comfortable speaking unless it's a very comfortable situations. Like I'm okay speaking to hundreds of students, lecture in front of them. But in some situations, like for example, speaking to you now, because you're brand new to me, maybe a little bit not comfortable, but over time I can. So yeah, my 3 children had it too. My eldest almost drowned in my neighbor's pool when she was 6 years old because she couldn't yell for help. No matter how much she struggled and wanted to ask for help, so that could be, life-threatening situation. And to be honest, that's how I've discovered I had selective mutism too, because I was almost drowned when I was between 3 and 4 years old. And for decades of thinking, how come I wasn't yelling or struggling, like all the people who were drowning, right? I just sank and it turned black. And my brother, who was 7 years older than me, he pulled me out of the water and continued swimming. So I'm thinking like, did that happen to me before? And I don't know if I'm running out of time. And then I see this now. I'm not sure you can see this. This is a pencil tip. A boy in grade 1, my classmate, stabbed me with a pencil because he grabbed my eraser and I took it back. And I remember I was terrified. Like, am I gonna die, right? Grade 1. And I couldn't tell the teacher, I couldn't confront the person. I don't think I even showed him that he hurt me. And I waited until recess. And then I locked myself in washroom. And then I cried. I'm getting emotional, but it's very paralyzed condition.
And that's one of the frustrations about this affliction is that people can't understand why someone might be silent in social situations, but talk a mile a minute once they get home. And it can be very confusing to people who don't know about it. October is Awareness Month for selective mutism. How important is that?
I would like people to read more about it. Our nonprofit website has some useful resources. It's www.mutism.ca. And if you encounter a child or even adult who are not comfortable or awkward in social situations, don't try to be aggressively friendly. I mean, we're well-intentioned. Just leave them alone. Try not to make eye contact, because that would be like an expectation for speaking. And that would just making them even more anxious and shut down. So especially educators, if you're watching, if you see any quiet kids, try to be more sensitive. I know it's usually the quiet one are the one that get left out because, they're well behaved, because, teachers are busy with kids with external behavior issues. And also parents or families with kids with selective mutism, try understand a grandparent, uncle, aunt. It happened to my family. I totally understand. Even myself, like I try to push my kids to talk because it's embarrassing that your kid's not replying to somebody who just being nice and, oh, how old are you? You're so cute. What's your name? And stuff like that, right? Yeah, try to be more understanding and just leave those kids alone. Yeah, maybe answer questions that they can maybe gesturally answer yes or no, and just leave them alone. Don't wait for their answer. Yes.
Dr. Bork, such great advice. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank you for having me.